Scott, how are you doing,
And
my man?
I am, listen, how am I doing? I'm doing good because I'm with you right now. And let
Come
me just
on, man.
say, I was just saying, you have been one of the greatest supporters of this show
Oh,
ever, ever. And I mean, you do such wonderful work. And I hope everybody that's watching that follow you, I wish you nothing but the greatest success and just thank you because I know everybody's really grateful for everything that you've done and said, written about the show. Everything.
wow.
So bless you, man. I feel honored to be in your presence
Okay, well, listen, I'm gonna take you up on that and
today.
do you one more because I have to say thank you for putting on a clinic with your performances
Oh, thank
through
you.
these seasons. I mean, just this season alone, I mean, to see what you're doing with Victor is just amazing. And I can't wait till people see more of it. But my goodness, like what you're doing is that's acting. Okay. So thank you for giving us that to feast on and be entertained by your amazing talent. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for
So
that.
much coming from you, man. Thank you so much.
So let's kick this off. So
Yeah.
one of the most I guess the best connection I didn't even know that I wanted to see was Victor and Sarah. So
Yeah.
can you talk to me about their
Yeah.
unique connection?
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I was excited about it too. I wasn't because as you know, Emmanuel, like we never know script to script what's happening. We don't know the milestone events of the season or anything. So, and what's even better is that like we're a big gang of people, and if we're not all shooting together, we'll see each other socially. And I would see Avery from time to time, and we'd always go, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could do so? Then this drops, and I think it was such a highlight this season. First of all, to work with Avery because she's wonderful and we had a lot of fun doing that stuff. But also because of what I think you're getting into, which is to me, it was there's something really beautiful in that relationship that they are connected by fear, they are connected by the boy in white. That they don't know that until they actually sit down and start talking about it. But that there's I just love the brother sister aspect of it that I thought was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And of course John wrote in this thing that we do everything in a fort, which I thought
Mm.
was even better. Uh, so it's this thing of the two of them meeting and almost finding this safe place for each other where they can connect and try and I think get themselves on a path of trying to solve this thing.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Victor turns to her to do that. I mean, part of that has to do with the house, as he mentions in the episode that he said my sister and I used to play in here. Uh, but I feel like yeah, they make a pretty great team. You know,
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I mean, it's funny that you mentioned the whole brother sister aspect because I was
Mhm.
going to ask you, why do
Yeah,
you keep doing Sarah like that? You keep sneak dissing her, talking about, oh, well, my family died, but at least I didn't murder them,
yeah,
or,
I know.
like you're really bad at this whole talking thing. What, come on now.
Uh, there's John's beautiful. I mean, it's so great. There's John's beautiful writing. I mean, of course, Vic. There's no bad intentions. Certainly, at least from how I was. I think he's if anything, I think he is so incredibly aware of it, and there's just certain things that Victor can't regulate. I think that he doesn't mean any harm, and if anything, I felt like I was approaching it like, doesn't this make us better friends in a way? Like I'm aware of all these things. I know, right? You agree
Yeah.
with me, and
Yeah.
so they have to bond pretty quickly, and
Mhm.
I think those comments in their own way make that happen,
Yes. I
right?
can see that.
That
Yeah.
brutal honesty with no harm intended, I think is what helps kind of form that brotherly sisterly bond right away.
For sure. For sure. So another highly anticipated, I guess, reunion was
Yeah.
Victor and his dad.
Yeah.
You broke my heart when you said I didn't know how to get
Yeah.
home.
Yes.
Again, I don't even know how you get to that headspace. But what I found interesting was Victor's fear
Mhm.
about meeting his dad. Can you provide just a little bit of insight
Yeah.
on his concern before meeting his dad?
Of course. Yeah. 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 It was. It was. he's terrified. I think I was just as terrified as an actor to approach that scene. I mean, to see that on the page was so beautiful, and I wept when I read it. But at the same time, I was like, we got to do that scene. I have to meet. There's a lifetime lost between me and this individual, and how does And I think so much of it, and I think the line that you're in reference to, is so tied up with what I think is just there in John's beautiful writing, which is in that lifetime loss. I think with Victor, it's like the realization of, did I fail him? I have to see this person after all this time, right? Mom is gone, Eloise is gone. There's been a lifetime loss. Did I do all this? Did I do this? When did I first fail him? These were the things that were going through my mind, sort of approaching those scenes, anyways, leading up to that moment. And then I think I didn't really realize it at the time when that line came out the way that it did, but now, like, been talking about that moment today a little bit, and you're right, it's so loaded with that guilt, I think.
That's very good. So Victor seems to be going on his own little adventure again, where he's about to go down memory lane. He's digging up stuff, he's finding these items and stuff like that. And I noticed that the last 2 episodes of the season is called Revelations, right?
Yeah.
Which, of course, means revealing a big truth or fact or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Can you, obviously not spoil it, but can you describe how audiences are going to feel when they find out what Victor finds out or finally remembers?
How they're going to feel? Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to feel. I think they're going to get nothing but surprises out of this. I think that they're going to get that. I think that they are going to be stupefied. I think they're going to be, I mean, the stuff starts to really crack open. We've got an epic episode 10.
Ooh.
That I think, there's a lot to be excited about. But of course, with all roads leading to that. And I think with Victor's story in particular, Victor really tries to, as I think you've mentioned, just tries to step up his game here. I think he's like, his greater purpose now, the task is selfless, and he's just like, he's on the path. All the while, I think, and this just goes with all the dynamics between all the characters, you're seeing it with Boyd, everybody's cracking, right? Like, we've seen it. Donna just had a moment, a beautiful moment, right? A heartbreaking moment. Victor had one with Ethan where, I blasted at Ethan. This is now how all of this is going to affect, not, the story's going to move forward, but how is this all going to affect the dynamics and everyone coming together, trying to get out of this place, and everyone, and alive. And I think that there's going to be some pretty monumental moments along the way for the audience that are really going to, I'm going to shake them to the core. They're going to make them emotional. And I think are just going to make it just as eager for more,
And I'm sure everyone is wondering this, but I'll give you this. On a scale from 1 to 10, the quality of the answers that we'll be getting, what would you rate it? The quality of the answers. Like, are we just going to get like level 5 answers?
I don't know if I can rate it. It's a hard, I know this sounds like I'm copping out here a little bit, but I feel like it's a hard thing to rate, man. I mean, like I said, I think that there are things that are revealed. And like I said, story-wise, with the, milestone events, things that are happening this season between the characters, with the story, and the story of the town, that I think are going to crack things open enough now that, like, I think are really gonna please the audience.
Okay, I'll take that. So we just had a town meeting. Everyone is giving Tabitha crap for getting out, not bringing enough answers, or not doing enough. What would Scott have done if he made it out the town and he can't? Like, what would you have done if you made it out?
Scott, not Victor, but Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have looked forward to that town meeting. Would you? That would have been
not at all.
Guys, I got nothing. I don't know what to say. Why didn't you go to the cops? Well, but here's the thing, and I think what's really great about that, and Tabitha's struggle, and what I thought I completely related to, was the idea that, like, what were the options here? you know, they are all arguable points. Yes, there are so many outcomes in so many ways, and maybe she should have tried this, and maybe she should have tried that. But I think based on the experience that she was having, based on everything that was, I think, I don't know. I think I would have reacted in the same way. And I could only see it maybe going the same way, where eventually you just throw your hands up and go, which Victor does very well too. And I got to go. I got to go. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I got to go.
Right.
I don't think that, it's an interesting thing with these dynamics with these people where it's like, we're always challenged with this thing of, are we doing enough? Are we telling enough? Why aren't we getting together and talking about these things and all that? And I think it's just, and this because, you're a fan of the show. It's a pretty complex affair. And that's what's so beautiful about John's writing is that it's not that easy.
No.
Not that easy to throw a town hall and just get together and go, here's the thing, here's the point presentation that we're going to do, this is how we're going to get out, we have trees here and here. It's just not that simple. And I can bring this back to Victor in the sense that, he's made it very clear, and it's been happening, that, he said people shouldn't go looking for answers. Right? That moment with Ethan when he threw the bag down, said people die here. The harder we go down this path, and even though he's doing it now, it comes at a great cost. And I think that even with Tabitha in that moment, she knows that as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of judging going on, isn't there?
It is. It's a pretty judgy show, but hey, Scott, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, man.
Great seeing you,
Thank
man.
you so much. Like I said, your work is fantastic.
Thank you.
On this show. You guys are doing great work.
As is yours, man. And thank you for all the continued support. You're amazing. Anyone watching, follow this guy everywhere, wherever he goes.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.
If you're new here and you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out the next time I drop a video. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.